Representative Chuck Fleischmann, he's a Republican congressman from Tennessee, the ranking member of the House Appropriations Homeland Security Subcommittee, and he comes in the studio live. Congressman, great to have you here, man.
Joe, great to be with you.
Look, you're coming in live, coming around. You said, I'm going to see Joe Piscopo, and everybody said, who? And you're dropping it.
No, everybody said, wow, you're going to see Joe Piscopo. You're the highlight of my New York media swing. Come on now.
It's great, man. Great to have you here, sir. And
Good to be back.
And you're a regular guy grounded, but you're a powerful cat down. I say this Congressman King is a buddy, you know.
Oh, Peter's great. He's a big Met fan like me.
You're a Mets fan. Look
I
at
am a Met fan.
But you got the boys right here.
19
Alan Frank, are you kidding me?
1969. Now, my parents were Yankee fans. Mom was from the Bronx. Dad was from Queens.
That's great.
1920s era.
Yeah.
And stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Murderers Row and the Yankees.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ron Swoboda was sitting right where you were sitting, man.
Great catch in 1969 in right field.
That's
right.
That's it. We talked about it. We love anything that's. I'm a Yankee fan, but I always respect. Did you see the Yankees play the Red Sox in London? I thought that was great.
It's amazing. They
Good
really
for the
are.
country.
The older I get, the more flexible I get. When I was a kid, it was like, oh gosh, not the Yankees. But now I've kind of gotten to actually like the Yankees, even though I'm a Met fan.
Your parents will remember the old Yankee Stadium, my friend.
Oh, yes.
There were fights. There was beer thrown, and if the Red Sox showed up, forget about it. It was all-out war. And it's not the case. And that's why, to the point we're talking about, in Washington, I don't know how you exist down there now, man, because you're a grounded guy. Lee Zeldin's a great guy. You know, a Congressman King. Josh Gottheimer, Democrat. Jeff Van Drew. There's some common sense Democrats. Hey, man. You don't hear about the common sense Democrats. All you see is AOC on the cover, and all she's doing is screaming and yelling. You know, that's crazy down there now.
There's a polarization. There's no question about it. But New York is really blessed to have a good delegation. I'm on the Appropriation Committee. My friend Nita Lowy, she's a Democrat, but she's from Westchester County area, does a good job. She works with us. She really works hard to get dollars in for New York State. Of course, I've got the great state of Tennessee, and as most people know, I was born in New York. Raised in New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago.
You're at Syosset? You were at Syosset?
I was on the island. Absolutely,
That's
yep.
great,
and as I say, I went to Alice P. Willits Elementary, but went to high school in Westchester County in Hastings. But I loved New York, and it's good to be back. But really, Joe, it's an honor to be with you.
Oh, you're most kind, sir. And I'm a pro-military. I always try to be pro-law enforcement, pro-military.
God bless you for that.
I never had the honor to serve. Thank you, sir. But you're on tour for the Coast Guard right now, correct?
We had a great trip with the United States Coast Guard yesterday. We went all over New York Harbor, and I'm so glad you said that. The Coast Guard is actually under Homeland Security. It's not under the Department of Defense. So actually, my subcommittee funds the Coast Guard.
Wow.
Those men and women are incredible. It's the smallest of our branches, and I'm going to say this. When we went through that horrible government shutdown, they were not getting paid. Everybody else was getting paid. They were not getting paid. We worked hard. They've got a great commandant, but they keep our New York harbor safe. And guess what? They work with New York's finest. New York's police department was out there on the boats yesterday. These men and women are incredible.
Yeah, how about that? Commissioner O'Neill doing such a great job.
Yep.
He comes on the show. We so support the NYPD doing such a spectacular job. By the way, and all the statistics, the lowest homicide statistics today came out since like 1950 or something like that, and that comes from Commissioner O'Neill and the NYPD. So you're the lead Republican congressman on the Homeland Security Subcommittee. Are there any warnings with respect to terrorism that we should know about? I know you can't talk about that, but it's something we should be worried about at all.
Well, I think
ever vigilant.
After 9/11, you're right, Joe. We've got to be ever vigilant. We've got a very good system in place in this country. But let's face it, the margin for error is zero, because I never want to go through that horrible, sick feeling I saw. I was a lawyer back then, and I was at my desk in Chattanooga, Tennessee, watching the Twin Towers, and it was so sad. And that horrible, sick feeling, I never want to feel that again. I will say this. Homeland Security, we get tremendous bipartisan support. We have bicameral support. What that means, our senators, our representatives, and our president are all working hard to keep us safe. It's too important.
Hey, how about downtown? How have we rebuilt this? Have you seen that?
Oh, my gosh, it's beautiful. When I was a kid, I'd come downtown, and we're talking about late 60s, early 70s. It was dirty. It was run down. Now it's immaculate, and people are so friendly.
Yeah.
Just coming over here, we got a little bit lost when we're trying to find your beautiful studios.
Yes, sorry
you know
about
what
that.
I'm saying?
Everybody says the same thing.
You didn't get the card that we sent?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the car, yeah, absolutely. You did a great job.
Yeah.
But be that as it may, very nice lady stops me and she says, "Look, I'm going to direct you. People are so friendly in New York.
Yeah, it's great.
Great people."
And after 9/11, which is a block away, and the ash, if you remember, my goodness gracious, was feet. If you get feet, several feet, and just how we cleaned it up, and with Rudy Giuliani taking the lead, and then Mayor Bloomberg, you got to give a shout out how they rebuilt Battery Park City and everything. It's great. Hey, by the way, Tennessee, I got to tell you, everybody's moving to Nashville, man. What's going on?
Well, our great state in Tennessee, and of course, I'm a Chattanooga fan. Nashville is our big metropolis. We have Memphis in the west. It's a big, long state. It's a thin state, but it's a long state. My district goes up and down from the Kentucky border to the Georgia border. But Chattanooga, I've got to brag on Chattanooga.
Please.
Greatest mid-sized city in America. Walter Cronkite. When we were kids, we'd watch Walter Cronkite every day. You turn on at night, and he was there. 1969, 1970, he said, Chattanooga, Tennessee, the dirtiest city in America.
Oh.
It is clean now. It is vibrant.
Walter said that?
Yes.
Why did he say that?
Because it was dirty then. It was polluted then. Now it's clean. And let me tell you about my great state. No state income tax. We have a constitutional prohibition against the state income tax. So the good news about it is if you make money, you get to keep money, low cost of living. Companies are coming in. It's amazing. We've got Volkswagen and Amazon.
Wow.
It's booming.
But the tax breaks that you get, I don't understand how Governor Cuomo, no disrespect personally to Governor Murphy, Governor Cuomo in New York, Gavin Newsom in California. We talk about it all the time. I rail about this all the time, Congressman. They overtax us, and we still. How does Tennessee, Texas, Nevada, Florida, no state income tax?
There you
Yet
go.
they're 10 times the size of all of us,
9 of our 50 states actually have no state income taxes, and the states that did enact an income tax regret it because what they basically said is, well, we'll do away with our sales tax. Take a look at Virginia. They said, oh, we'll get rid of our sales tax. Now they got an income tax, a high sales tax. It keeps going. My basic point is you keep taxes low, keep more money in the hands of the hardworking people, the American people. Let people spend the money, not the government. Low tax states, low tax countries do the best.
And I mean, in Chattanooga, you agree, you're friends with Congressman King and Congressman Zeldin.
Peter and Lee are great guys. Lee is a good baseball player.
Whoa! I didn't know that. I know he's a veteran. He plays ball too.
He's a left-hander like me. At first, I said, "Hey, you're crowding my space," but I'm a lot older than him. And I said, "Mets." He's got Suffolk County, and of course, I grew up in Nassau County. Great guy, but a talented athlete. Throws left and bats left. And Peter's a dear friend.
But you appreciate when they go after, and you saw Jon Stewart for the Victims Compensation Fund for 9/11.
Yes.
You support that. It's hard sometimes. People from outside the area, we're now the wake for Luis Alvarez today, and for people lost with the after 9/11 illnesses. So many more people have died from the initial horrific attack of 9/11. Will the rest of your colleagues support and fulfill that Victims Compensation
I'm
Fund?
sure they will. And as a matter of fact, that's very near and dear to me because I represent the great city of Oak Ridge. That's where we had the Manhattan Project and the like. It's still a very vibrant Department of Energy site. Great national lab there, but we have a great cleanup mission.
Yeah.
And what we have is a sick workers program. Today, when we work with nuclear weapons, when we work with things, we are much more careful. Years ago, workers used to be exposed to very dangerous stuff, for example, like beryllium and the like, and they got sick and they had no recourse. And we do a lot of constituent service. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you help people. They come into your office. You don't say you're a Republican or Democrat. If you have a problem, you help them. And we have a sick workers program in Oak Ridge through the Department of Energy, and we help a lot of people who've been affected by cancer and other things like that. But my heart goes out to the people who were there at 9/11. Just yesterday when I was with the Coast Guard, a lot of the New York police officers who assist them were there, and they were telling me what it was like to be there. Just amazing. Those great men and women who worked so hard in that tragic time.
I did not know Coast Guard under the aegis of Homeland Security.
Homeland Security, yes.
I would have worn my Homeland Security pin, man. I should have thought about that today. I apologize for that. I got one of those.
It's a great subcommittee. We have the Secret Service under us. We have the TSA. obviously Border Patrol. So it's a very diverse
You
portfolio.
never know those things.
That's right.
You know, and you're doing a great job down there, Congressman. And thanks for bringing the Coast Guard to light, because that's a branch of the military that you almost forget all the time. So what are you doing for the 4th? Going back to Washington? You going home?
I'm going home to Tennessee.
Yeah, baby,
We're going to
there
go
it is.
in all of our 11 East Tennessee counties. We'll probably stop by in Oak Ridge. And guess what? I get to tell everybody I was on Joe Piscopo's show. So
You should go. Will you go out to Syosset? Will you go back to the old school? Do you do that? Do you drive by?
I did that. I took my third son. I have 3 wonderful sons. One's 30, one's 28, and one's 22.
yeah.
And a couple of years ago, I have a cousin who lives in Comac, and she let me borrow her van. I took the LIE out there, and I drove around, went to Teddy Roosevelt's home. It was like being a kid again.
There you go.
And I went back into Alice P. Willett's school, and it was amazing. So much had not changed, and it was just a wonderful feeling.
Yeah,
I remember my mother, who came from a great Italian family in the Bronx. And,
There you go, Ben.
And I lost her too early. I lost her in 1977 to cancer.
I'm so sorry,
yeah,
man.
She's buried out in Quorum. I got my mother's religion and my dad's politics, so I didn't do too bad.
Representative Chuck Fleischmann, Republican congressman from Tennessee, the ranking member of the House Appropriations Homeland Security Subcommittee. Thanks for your service to the United States, my brother.
Joe, right back at you, and thank you all for what you do.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. We'll see you soon.